Welcome back to another episode of the Mature Black Female Podcast with your host, Tracy Walker. Hey boo, if you're returning, and hello if you're new, please like, follow, and subscribe if you like this video. And hey y'all, I got something new. I have a May giveaway, a $100 giveaway for the month of May. I'll be announcing the winner on Memorial Day, which is the last day in May. You must be subscribed, like the video, leave your Cash App in the comments below. Okay, so before I get into today's video, I need to promote and pay some bills. So I know you have experienced a power walk, a power bar, maybe even a power nap, or even power food, but you've never experienced a power talk until you talk to me. If you are in a negative place and you're not feeling so great, you just need to talk to Tracy. I'll give you a personal one-on-one talk session of pure empowerment to empower you with the focus and the energy you need to overcome and succeed and be the best you can be. No, I'm not an expert. I'm a survivor. So invest in yourself today and book your power talk with me at tracywalkertalk@gmail.com and get empowered. Today's topic is the truth about celibacy and Black women. This is from my perspective and my experience from being celibate for over a decade. Yes, over a decade. Get into it, okay? So initially I started my journey of celibacy to stay away from unwanted pregnancies, soul ties, and STDs. You know, because like after abusive relationships, abortions, sugar daddies, which is really just prostitution because ain't nothing sugary about it. All in my 20s, I was like done. I decided to be celibate. I just felt dirty, used, abused. I had low self-esteem, no self-worth. I was confused. I wasn't raised by my father, so I had maybe daddy issues. I dated older men. So I'm just, in the end, I'm glad I chose celibacy because it put sex into perspective for me. For me, along with my spirituality, sex is for procreation. God just made it pleasurable. You know, that don't mean that you just take pleasure in having sex. You know, just it's purposeful. It's with a purpose. You know, it's just like food. I'm gonna give you an example. Like food is for nutrition, but God gave us taste buds so it tastes good. But you just can't eat for taste. You have to eat for nutrition. It's a purpose with it. But when you're full of lust, you don't understand that. Let's keep going. Because I realized from my early experiences that I didn't have agency over my own body. Looking back, I realized that. Of course, when I was in it, I couldn't see it. I used my body for validation and to fit in, basically. I felt like I had something to prove. I always felt like my sexuality was for something to prove something, you know. Because I was never comfortable with casual sex without commitment. I've never been comfortable with it, but I've done it. It was around like 18. I was around 18 when my mom asked me if I was gay because I broke up with my boyfriend, and she was like, "Oh, you don't want no boyfriend? You ain't gay, are you?" And I'm like, "Why? Because I let my coochie breathe?" I mean, come on, seriously now. I'm 18. And it wasn't just my mom like harassing me about my sexuality at such a young age. It was also men. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm from the South. So it's real thick down here with this, I don't even know what to call it. It feels like almost like you in the Middle East. Like every day I was outside by myself. If I wasn't with a guy, they were like, you ain't got no man, 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 you ain't got no man. I'm talking about, I heard that every day, all day. I could be asking for some water. You ain't got no man, you ain't got no man, you ain't got no man, you ain't got no man. It's like you in the Middle East. Like, what you doing outside without no man? And I was so tired of being harassed about my sexuality. I finally conformed and got a man. I finally conformed. I was like, let me just date somebody so I can feel protected. It was because I just kind of felt like unprotected. I just felt like a target. And that first like serious relationship was with an older man, because I dated older men back then, and it was also my first abusive relationship. So basically, I was just coerced into an abusive relationship from my environment, because I was in my young 20s in college trying to do the right thing at Georgia State University, and I didn't have a chance dating this older man. So, I mean, I could have lost my life in my 20s as a college student because I was too young and too dumb to know any better than to live with this man and to give him complete authority over me. To have to sleep with somebody when you don't even want to because you living with them and all kinds of stuff like that. I didn't know anything about that, but that's what society pressures you into. They make you compromise to me, I felt like I was pressured to compromise my body often, just as a lifestyle. It seemed like it was expected. So I tried to go along with it. I tried to go along with it, but in my maturity, I understand I've been traumatized, and that I didn't even realize that I was traumatized. Not only through systemic racism, but also from abusive and unhealthy relationships with black men. So, I mean, black women, we have to keep it real with ourselves. And when we are dating, are sleeping around without commitment, because you got to be real. It's hard to find a black man that's single, straight, and out of jail. Come on now. You got all these down low men, increasing the numbers of HIV and STDs and DV, even the domestic violence is on the rise. I mean, why would you want to take a chance and swim in that toxic cesspool trying to have sex? Because a condom can't protect you from all STDs, or DV, or soul ties, or unwanted pregnancies. It's sad because it's women out here that are actually not even having orgasms. So is it worth it? So women are getting the short end of the stick, even when it comes to sex. According to a 2016 study of sexual behavior, 95% of straight men said that they usually or always orgasm during sex, compared to 65% of women who were the least likely. So I'm like, what are we even having sex for if we're not having orgasms? Since that's what the pleasure is we're supposed to be doing it for like pleasure, right? And to exchange affection or whatever. But I think the affection exchanging comes with more of a commitment. That would be for me. But I know personally in my life, I wasn't experiencing orgasms when I was having sex, I'm not going to say prematurely, but from marriage. But when I was having sex out of commitment, I wasn't having orgasms either. That's why I felt used and abused. I'm like, what? They were like, you might as well be like a blow up doll, because they going to get theirs. They can get theirs by themselves with their hands. But women, we have to learn our bodies and understand sex, because according to our bodies and what makes us feel good, because nobody's there to like teach us, because we're raised in a man's world. I was recently in a YouTube live chat. I don't know how you say it, chat room, or I was on a live on YouTube, in a chat for Black woman empowerment, and they were talking about sex, and I heard women that were having sex who were traumatized all up in their bodies. I heard one lady in the chat say, in all her long-term relationships, she's never had an orgasm because her body is still in fight or flight mode and hasn't caught up to her mind yet. I guess she's saying that from trauma, her body is still in fight or flight and hasn't caught up to her mind yet. But I'm like, but why you screwing in? Why you screwing? You ain't getting nothing out of it. You ain't getting no orgasms. You just screwing traumatized. I mean, Black women, we must stop and analyze our lives. A lot of Black women won't stop to get the spiritual and the mental healing that they need from celibacy. You ain't got to do it as long as me, but clearly these women need a reset. There were other women in this chat that said they had practiced celibacy for a number of years. Some was like 2 years or 3 years. And it was so interesting to see their response. They were like, oh, I loved it. And I was never tempted. And I never even thought about sex until I started back having sex. And now that's all I can think about. And that's because it's lust. Your soul is corrupted with lust. If all you feed is your flesh, sex, then that's all that you're going to want. Just like if all you eat is sugar, that's all your body is going to lust after, desire. It's going to crave. That's what lust is. It's just you crave sex. And celibacy gave them discipline and courage. You build your character to where you're not just living in your flesh. Another lady in the chat said she said when she found out how long I had been celibate, she about to die. She was like, I would be on the street corner trying to get me some D. She was like, she would be on the street offering her body up for free rather than be celibate. Clearly she needs therapy. So you gonna go out there and take money away from the real hoes? They got more value than you. You mean a hoe right now on the track, on the street right now, got more value than you, because at least they charge a price. And she probably ain't even getting no orgasm either. I heard women in this chat room that said they turned off their emotions to have sex so that they wouldn't get attached. You got to turn off your emotions. 9 times out of 10 ain't having no orgasm. Ain't got no commitment. What's going on, ladies? And then we choosing swimming in a cesspool. We swimming in a cesspool of filth. It's bringing us disease. It's bringing us violence. It's bringing us destruction. I did this video to encourage other Black girls and Black women to do the inner work on themselves of spiritual healing and mental therapy so that you can transform your mind and not feel ashamed of being celibate or having a celibate journey. Okay, we have to empower ourselves to rise up out of it or fall prey to it, which I did in my early life. But by the grace of God, I was able to transform my mind and heal my trauma. Because I really did this video I'm coming with compassion, because I have compassion over any shame that anyone can bring to me for being celibate, because it's time for Black women to celebrate healing and not just fucking. Okay, let me know what y'all think. Let me know down below in the comments, ladies. I bear to you my heart about my celibacy journey. Hey, the only thing anybody can do to me about my celibacy is to ask me to keep it real. All they can do is keep it real and ask me how you do that. Because I can do what most people do any day. I can go get me some dick tonight. But can you quit? That's the point. That's the point I want you to know. So there's no, I'm saying this so Black women and Black girls know there's no shame in being celibate. And also, I want to remind you guys of my May giveaway. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave your Cash App in the comments. And don't forget to book your Power Talk today. Invest in yourself today and book a Power Talk with me. I'll give you the personal one-on-one talk session of pure empowerment to empower you with the focus and energy you need to overcome and succeed and be the best you can be. Email me at tracywalkertalk@gmail.com and get empowered. And I'll see you guys in my next video.